It's a traffic monitoring application that collects data from traffic cameras and detects human, car, and bike movements from those images and visualizes the results on a map. So what it basically does is to help us understand the mobility patterns in different geographic areas, right, and to determine the areas with high risk. And the purpose of putting together this application is to be able to help with this current sort of global health crisis and pandemic, the COVID-19. So right now, the focus is on a single community in the city of Calgary. It's called Downtown Core Area. And the reason behind choosing that is because it's one of the busiest areas in normal times. But now the businesses are shut down, everyone's working from home. So I thought maybe it could be a good sort of pilot area to showcase this application. And to implement this, I used three machine learning models available on AWS Marketplace to detect humans, vehicles, and bikes. And it uses the public infrastructure. So the city has all those cameras already. So we just use the city's open API to grab those images, process them, and store them in a database. Then the front-end application talks to an API that fetches all those data from the database and provides some insight around mobility patterns. So as you can see on the screen, we can see the amount of vehicles in each section of the downtown core. So there's a color ramp here, the low volume from high volume, which goes from a lighter color to a darker color. And then we can see different layers. Pedestrians, for example, the number of observed pedestrians are 4 for today, and vehicles are 55, right? And if there is a bike in the area, we would see a bike layer here as well, but we can't see it today. And the machine learning models identify the objects based on the confidence level, and I use 60% confidence level to for this specific application. Okay, we can also see the data from past week. This application has been running for a few days. So this is the stats for the past week. And again, we have different layers and from the past month. And with that, you can see the hotspots or the crowded areas when you look at this map. So you can see in this section of the downtown core, there are more activities than other places. Okay, and it can help sort of the city officials and the emergency responders to make informed decisions and to basically monitor the social distancing measures and to enforce law basically. So the position of each camera in this area are in the map. So you can click on each one of them and you can see the current image of that area, that intersection, in this case, 5 Avenue and 5 Street intersection of in the Southwest. And let me switch to today. And you can see the number of vehicles based on the most recent observation, basically. You can also see the trend for today and the average, right? So the average is higher and the current number of vehicles are much lower than the average. And, similarly, you can go through different time frames here. So for example, for vehicles, you can see the average versus the observations the past week. And the same thing for bikes, for example. No bikes have been observed in the area. And also the pedestrians, right? So numbers are much lower, right? And again, the past month. So the whole promise of this application is to help people like citizens and also emergency responders to get a sense of what's going on in the area to be able to help those in need, basically. So that's the demo. It's You can see the link in the description. Please go ahead and check it out and let me know if you have any comments.